So I've been replaying Mario Kart 64 recently because I remembered the Spaghetti Kart PC port that came out a bit ago, and I figured, oh, that might be cool to try out. And that PC port is pretty nice. I mean, it crashed on me once for whatever reason, but, you know, whatever. But playing that game again kind of reminded me how much I'm not really the biggest fan of it. Like, I think overall it's the worst Mario Kart game by far, in my opinion. And this is a series I'm a pretty, big fan of, right? Like, I've played every game for a lot of time, arguably too much time considering the fact that it's Mario Kart, but it's super fun. I don't know what to tell you. Mario Kart 64 though is just kind of boring, eh? Like, I don't know. Like, I think if you look at it objectively, it's like, the thing with Mario Kart 64 is everybody's like, oh my, it's the best one, because either they played it as a kid with their friends, so they have good memories attached to it, which, fine, whatever. Or, well, that's the only one. That's the only reason people look fondly on it. And it's like, listen, you can feel that way about it because of those things, obviously. I'm nostalgic for games I played growing up on the Wii that were just fucking terrible, like that Superhero Squad game. I mean, I went to play that again recently, and buddy, like, this is what I mean. Like, obviously, Mario Kart 64 and that Superhero Squad game aren't on the same level of quality there or thought put into them, but it's like, the thing with Mario Kart 64 is, even at the time, like, if you're like looking back with a modern perspective of like, oh, we had Mario Kart Double Dash and Mario Kart Wii come out, this game is trash. Like, even if you disregard everything that came out after it, or like came out on systems like beyond the N64's time, even like, looking at its contemporaries, it just doesn't stack up in my opinion. Like, I think Super Mario Kart on the SNES is a much more fun game. I actually really like that game. And obviously, like, Diddy Kong Racing and Crash Team Racing are just like, and Mickey Speedway USA, these games are just like leagues and leagues above Mario Kart 64 in just about every way. Like, my thing with Mario Kart 64 is it's the most bare bones, like, you get what you see kind of game. And on some level, that's a good thing and I can respect it. But on another level, it's like, it's to the point where there's nothing to unlock in the game. It's a very vanilla game. And I think it's like the epitome of a kart racer, right? Because the gameplay, even on 150cc, is just so goddamn slow, okay? That's the one thing. Like, Crash Team Racing, I think, those are probably my favorite kart racers, simply because you actually, like, can, go fast, relatively speaking, to other kart racers. I think generally that's like a huge problem that kart racers have, is the lack of speed, so it just ends up being kind of boring. It's that combined with, like, obviously the randomness of items and shit. So, compared to, like, actual racing games, your fate is kind of out of your hands, which is, it's not something that really bothers me as much. The games that actually bother me like that are, like, combat racers. I think those are kind of bullshit, because it's like, you want to play it like an actual racing game, but then you get fucked over by like a missile that just like, it detonates you. Like, it's like Wipeout, honestly, I think that might be my favorite racing game ever, but holy fuck, buddy, the items just get annoying. But whatever. It's like a combination of the speed problem and the item problem for kart racers. And Mario Kart 64, to be honest, the item situation is pretty good in that game. Like, there's no complete, oh, fuck off bullshit items. The items you do get it's a pretty good balance, I'd think, just playing. My thing is, too, I've literally never played this game in multiplayer ever. So, like, obviously that's gonna impact how I feel about it. But at the same time, like, it's like saying, oh, Resident Evil 6 is actually super fun if you play it with a friend. Like, yeah, I guess. Like, anything's better if you play with a friend. I think the most objective way to look at it is how it is playing solo. And if it's not a good experience on your own, then the game isn't, very good. It can be a good party game, and that's what Mario Kart is, obviously. But, like, I play every other game in the franchise, and I have fun. On some level, at least. Mario Kart 64 is just so boring. And, like, the track selection, bro. It's like rivaling Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U for, like, worst track selection in the series. Like, it's fucking horrible. Like, some of the tracks... Okay, I think Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U is by far the worst track selection in the series, but dude, Mario Kart 64's tracks, like, a lot of them are just like some of the worst tracks in the entire series. Like, one of them is so ass that the game can't even fucking decide which placement people are in as the race is going on, bro. Like, I don't know, some of the tracks it's strange, Mario Kart 64's track selection, because a lot of the tracks are just fucking abysmal. Like, Moo Moo Farm or Toad's Turnpike, or like just absolute trash like that. But some of the tracks are like some of my favorites, like, Koopa Troopa Beach, or, I'm actually I'm a Wario Stadium enjoyer. I like that track a lot. And obviously, like, I think the Bowser's Castle in that game is the best in the series, like, bar none. Rainbow Road, it's fine, I guess. I don't think it's as bad as people say, like, just because it's long, but, I mean, it is. It's the perfect fit for Mario Kart 64's Rainbow Road, because, like the game, it's just so slow and completely just nothing experience. It's like, it's the epitome of Mario Kart 64. So... and people always complain about, like, the AI being super bullshit in Mario Kart 64, and it's like, yeah, they are, but I feel like that's a good thing in this scenario, because if they weren't, then the game would truly just be, like, devoid of any joy whatsoever in single player. Like, I think the fact that the AI are as brutal and fucking stupid as they are, like, at least you have something to work toward playing the game, which is, like, beating the AI. If they were just, like, modern Mario Kart CPUs, then... like, the game would just be like, hold the fucking A button until it's over. Like, I don't know. Mario Kart 64, like, listen, there's something to be said about the value of memories that people have with this game, and the fact that it was such a landmark title for kart racers. It's kind of like a Wolfenstein 3D situation, I think, because, like, the game, like, its reputation is more about what it began rather than what it is. But whereas Wolfenstein 3D is a genuinely, like, amazing, like, fun time, in my opinion, Mario Kart 64 is just, like, completely just boring. I don't know, man. It's the one I come back to the least, by far. I don't know, I'm just repeating myself now, but overall, man, like, it's a fine game, I guess. But there's just not really any point in you playing it solo, like, ever. Unless you, like, really, really want to experience every Mario Kart title, because, like, the game is so slow, so boring, frankly. There's nothing to unlock. It's like playing a Mario Party game in solo. It's like, but even then you have stuff to unlock, so I mean, I don't know, bro. It's just a party game, and honestly, like, you'd be better off with any other Mario Kart game in the series, in the entire series, over Mario Kart 64. That's just my opinion, but that's about all I have to say on this. Let me know if you think I'm wrong, if you think I'm stupid. Let me know what you think in the comments. I read every single one. Believe me, like, it's not hard to do so. And also, let me know if there's, some other games you'd like me to talk about, maybe. I'm curious to know what people would like to hear about. But, yeah, that's all I have to say about this game. So, see ya.